Hi all, good morning and welcome back to EduHub online classroom. In the last science class, I have taught you something regarding the type of nutrition. Nutrition is the process of obtaining food containing nutrients for food, for energy, for metabolism, repair and maintenance of body. Today, I am going to discuss you with the type of nutrition in animals. In animals, the nutrition is heterotrophic, in which animal depends on another organism for their food. The heterotrophic nutrition found in amoeba and human being are holozoic nutrition. Holozoic nutrition is a nutrition in which an organism consumes solid food. It involves ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. Ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion are 5 steps in holozoic nutrition. In this session, first we have to discuss nutrition in amoeba. Amoeba is a unicellular organism. Its body is made up of single cell. Amoeba need food. The type of nutrition found in amoeba is holozoic nutrition. In the holozoic nutrition, amoeba consumes solid food. First step in the holozoic nutrition amoeba is, first step here, this is number 1, diagram number 1. Here amoeba senses the food. After sensing it, its cell membrane contain finger-like structure called pseudopodia. That pseudopodia surround the food. Then the food is enclosed in a food vacuole. See the diagram 3. And enzyme from cytoplasm enter the food vacuole and digest the food. The food vacuole contain food and water. The enzyme from cytoplasm enter the food vacuole and digest the food into simple forms. The soluble food is then absorbed and assimilated. Absorption and assimilation. After assimilation, the undigested food is expelled. That process is known as egestion. First step is ingestion, then digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. There are 6 steps. First step is sensing the food. Second step is pseudopodia surround the food. Third step is the food is enclosed in a food vacuole. Fourth step is enzyme from cytoplasm are secreted into the food vacuole. Food is digested and soluble material are absorbed and assimilated. Undigested waste is expelled. This is steps in holozoic nutrition amoeba. See here the food particle that is marked blue color. It is surrounded by the pseudopodia. Pseudopodia then forms food vacuole. Food vacuole, inside the food vacuole digestion takes place. Nutrition in human. In human being, the nutrition is also holozoic nutrition. The holozoic nutrition involves ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. The digestive system of human being is made up of 2 parts. They are a tube-like alimentary canal, and this alimentary canal is associated with certain glands. But digestive glands and alimentary canal forms the digestive system. Listen the diagram carefully. In this diagram, you can see the alimentary canal. The alimentary canal starts from mouth. Mouth leads to buccal cavity or oral cavity. At the beginning of esophagus, there is a pharynx. Pharynx leads to esophagus. Esophagus opens into stomach. Stomach then leads to small intestine. Small intestine leads to large intestine. Large intestine opens outside to anus. Alimentary canal starts from mouth and ends in anus. Mouth leads to buccal cavity. Buccal cavity leads to pharynx. Pharynx leads to esophagus. Esophagus opens into stomach. Stomach opens into duodenum. Duodenum opens into other part of small intestine. Small intestine opens into large intestine. You see at the junction between small intestine and large intestine there's a finger-like structure. That finger-like structure is known as appendix, vermiform appendix. It is a rudimentary functionless organ. The infection of appendix is called appendicitis. At that time, this appendix gets removed by surgery. That process known as appendectomy. It is also a part of alimentary canal. Alimentary canal starts from mouth. Mouth leads to oral cavity. Oral cavity leads to pharynx. Pharynx opens into esophagus. Esophagus opens into stomach. Stomach leads to small intestine. The anterior part of small intestine is called duodenum. Small intestine opens into large intestine. Large intestine opens outside through anus. Then there are 5 major types of digestive glands seen associated with our alimentary canal. First gland is salivary gland that is present in mouth. Stomach contains a digestive gland called gastric gland. Gastric gland. Then there is liver. There is a pancreas. Then small intestine contains intestinal glands. Salivary gland, gastric gland, liver, pancreas and intestinal gland together form the digestive glands of human being. The digestive glands secrete digestive juices. The digestive juice contain digestive enzymes. Digestive enzyme help to convert complex food into simple food. That process called digestion. Okay. So what are the major digestive glands? Yes, they are 1. Salivary gland, 2. Gastric gland, 3. Liver, 4. Pancreas and 5th one is intestinal gland. They secrete digestive juices containing digestive enzymes. Then first part of digestive gland is digestive system is or alimentary canal is mouth. Mouth is an opening, terminal opening of alimentary canal, or it's an anterior opening of alimentary canal. It's a space enclosed between 2 lips. Mouth contains teeth, tongue and salivary glands. Teeth help to swallow the food. They help to assist chewing. It helps to mix food with saliva. It also helps to swallow the food. Tongue also helps to speech and to not taste. Then teeth help to masticate or chew the food. When food is chewing, the saliva produced by salivary gland get mixed with food. The salivary gland secrete saliva. See the salivary gland here near the ear and also in the tongue and the lower floor of the mouth. The salivary gland secrete saliva. Saliva contain an enzyme called salivary amylase, or it is otherwise called ptyalin. Salivary amylase or ptyalin convert starch into sugar or maltose, small sugar or simple sugar. Starch is a complex sugar. The salivary amylase convert starch into maltose. Starch is present in the food that we ingested. Stomach. Stomach leads to duodenum, small intestine and large intestine. Large intestine opens outside through anus. Okay. From mouth, food reaches. From mouth, food reaches the stomach through esophagus by a rhythmic wavy movement. That rhythmic wavy movement is known as peristaltic movement or peristalsis. Peristaltic or peristaltic movement that I will give you in the note. Peristalsis is the process of wavy movement of food from mouth to stomach by the action of muscles present in the wall of esophagus. The next part of alimentary canal is stomach. You see the stomach? Stomach is a J-shaped organ. Inside the stomach, on the wall of stomach, there are many glands called gastric glands. The gastric gland present on the wall of stomach secrete an enzyme. That enzyme is called pepsin. And another enzyme called renin. Both these enzymes, pepsin and renin, convert protein into simple forms. Then the juice secreted by gastric gland is called gastric juice. Gastric juice contain protein digesting enzyme and also hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid activate digestive enzymes. Okay, but the secretion of gastric gland is called gastric juice. Gastric juice contain hydrochloric acid and digestive enzymes. The major digestive enzyme is protein digesting enzyme called pepsin. It is activated with the help of hydrochloric acid. A protein is converted into peptone by pepsin present in the stomach. Protein is converted into peptone. Peptone is a simple form of protein with the help of pepsin. Pepsin is activated by hydrochloric acid. Okay. Then food move to duodenum, the anterior part of small intestine. That is called duodenum. This is the structure of stomach. Esophagus opens into stomach. Stomach opens into duodenum. Here inside the stomach you can see, which gland? Gastric gland. What they secrete? They secrete gastric juice. Gastric juice contain pepsin and hydrochloric acid. It digests which food? Protein food. Digests protein food. Okay. Then let us move to next part, that is duodenum. See here a C-shaped structure here or U-shaped duodenum. It is the anterior part of small intestine. The inside to duodenum or to the duodenum, the duct from liver, that is called bile duct. Duct from pancreas, that is called pancreas duct. Both the duct opens to duodenum. Liver secrete bile and pancreas secrete pancreatic juice into the duodenum. Okay. They have their own role in digestion that I will discuss in the next session. Then small intestine leads to large intestine. Large intestine, here this is cecum, this is ascending colon, transverse colon, rectum, and it is followed by anus. Okay. See here, it is stomach. In this stomach, digestion is completed. After digestion from stomach, the food move to here. This is duodenum. When fatty food is reached duodenum, what happened is the liver secrete bile. Bile contain bile salt which help to convert the lipid food or fatty food into small spherical droplet. When fat is changed into small spherical droplet, on that fat, small spherical fat droplets, the enzyme from pancreatic juice, that is called pancreatic lipase. That lipase convert lipid into fatty acid and glycerol. One lipid contain 1 glycerol and 3 fatty acid. Pancreatic juice contain enzyme called lipase. Lipase convert emulsified fat into fatty acid and glycerol. Emulsified fat means the fat on which bile is act. After action of bile, the fat is changed into small spherical droplet. Okay. Then pancreatic juice also contain protein digesting enzyme. I told you in the stomach the protein is converted to peptone. That peptone reaches the duodenum. When protein food is reached duodenum, pancreatic juice secrete an enzyme called trypsin. That trypsin digested protein into its false form, simple forms called amino acids. There are many other enzymes, trypsin, chymotrypsin, and carboxypeptidase. All of them convert protein into amino acid. Okay. So here two types of food is digested. One is lipid with the help of lipases, and other is protein that is digested with the help of trypsin. Okay. Then move to next. The small intestine, the wall of small intestine has many finger-like projections. See here, the small intestine. On this wall, you can see this villus. Villus is a finger-like outgrowth that helps in the absorption of food. Inside the villus, you can see blood capillaries. The digested food is absorbed into the blood capillaries and is supplied to our circulatory system, which is carried to all cells and tissues of the body. Okay. So, villus is the structure which helps in the absorption of digested food. The food digestion completes from small intestine. So, small intestine has two functions. One is digestion, other is absorption. From small intestine, food is digested. After the completion of digestion, the digested simple food is taken into blood by a process called absorption. This absorption takes place from villus. Villus is a finger-like outgrowth seen on the wall of small intestine. Okay, it's very important for board examination. Write the function of villus. One of the exam they ask write the function of villus. Villus helps in the absorption and also it helps to increase in absorptive surface area. Okay. Now move to villus again. Here a cross section of that intestine is taken. Here you can see large number of finger-like structure. It also increases surface area here. Surface area increasing. So intestinal villi. Then large intestine. At the junction between the small intestine and large intestine, you can see appendix. This appendix is a functionless organ, rudimentary organ. Then infection of appendixes is called appendectomy. Then the removal of appendix is called appendectomy. The infection of appendix is called appendicitis. Appendicitis is the infection. Appendectomy is the removal of appendix. Then small intestine leads to large intestine. Large intestine helps in the absorption of water and minerals. So large intestine help in the absorption of water and minerals. After the absorption, the absorbed food is taken into different part of body by blood, and inside the cell this food is utilized. The utilization of food is known as assimilation. After ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, the undigested food is stored in rectum and it is moved outside through anus. This process is called ingestion. Ingestion takes place through mouth, egestion takes place through anus, then digestion takes place from the alimentary canal, absorption takes place from intestine and other part of alimentary canal, egestion takes place through anus. Okay, this is about the digestive process in human being. This is the last part of the digestive system, that is large intestine. Large intestine contain cecum, colon, rectum and anus. The large intestine mainly concerned with absorption of minerals and absorption of water. Okay, let us recall this chapter once again. In the very beginning, I told you the type of nutrition in amoeba, that is holozoic nutrition. It involves 6 steps. First, sensation of food. Then food is surrounded by pseudopodia. Food vacuole is formed. Food is digested. Food is absorbed, and undigested food is digested. Okay, see the picture. Then next part, I will discuss human nutrition. The 2 parts, alimentary canal, digestive glands. Alimentary canal starts from mouth, leads to oral cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, anus. Then digestive glands are salivary glands, gastric glands, liver, pancreas, intestinal glands. Then I told you the structure of mouth, function of mouth, digestion from mouth. There is an enzyme called salivary amylase which converts starch into simple sugar. Then I told you the saliva, function of saliva, tongue, teeth, etc. Mouth leads to esophagus, esophagus leads to stomach, stomach opens into duodenum, duodenum into other part of small intestine, then large intestine, rectum, anus. So this is stomach. Stomach contain gastric gland. Gastric gland secrete gastric juice. Gastric juice contain pepsin and hydrochloric acid. Both of them assist digestion. Then small intestine. Small intestine anterior part is called duodenum. Duodenum also digestion takes place, both lipid and protein. Carbohydrate is also complete from this small intestine. In this small intestine, all the food, for example, carbohydrate is changed into glucose, protein is changed into amino acid, lipid is changed into fatty acid and glycerol. All this simple food is absorbed from intestine into the blood. Blood supply the nutrient to all cells and tissues. They utilize for energy production and other process. That process known as assimilation. After assimilation, undigested food is stored in rectum and is moved outside through anus. That process called egestion. Then we will discuss the next part in the next class. Thank you. Stay home. Take care. Bye. See you.